Hi, how are you going? Welcome to another round of Red Skis, Righteous Readings, Raw and Righteous and Live. So welcome if you are a first timer, and welcome back if you have been here before. We are doing Aquarius's main monthly for the month of September. We are doing a full Celtic cross with clarifiers, as well as some inspirational messages, oracle, and finding out what spirit animal will be granted to you and assist you through the month of September 2021. So I hope everyone is doing really, really well. So this will apply to Sun, Moon, and Rising and Venus of that sign. Don't forget to check out your Venus will be very prevalent at the beginning of September when I bring out your connection spread, which is your you and them love for the month. So I hope everyone is doing really, really well. Okay, guys. So let's see what's coming in for the beautiful Aquariuses. Oh, hey, Jean. Happy hump day to you too, my darling. So, Aqua, the beautiful Aquariuses out there. Let's see what's happening. You want a bottle, midget? Okay. Little tiny people love bottles. And that's actually an Aquarius too, so that's quite appropriate for Aquarius. Let me go fix up my midget and I'll be back in 2 seconds. Good time, buddy. Okay, good. Oh, he's funny, that one, I swear. Oh, he's a cutie though. So for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of September. We are really getting through this year very, very fast, I must admit. Okay, for the beautiful Aquariuses, what do we have coming in for September? The beautiful Aquariuses out there. Well, I hope are doing really, really well. All right. So explain all the card meanings once all cards are drawn, and then we'll clarify it to see exactly what's coming in for all you beautiful beings out there. Oh, I like this reading. It looks really good. Okay. So the underlying energy for the reading is the Nine of Wands. So to me, this is really saying that you've gone through a lot of adversities here, really trying to overcome a lot of obstacles and barriers that maybe others have put on you. It's really having a lot of problems, maybe some delays here as well, but you're trying to overcome these things and get through it. So that's really a good sign for my dear Aquariuses for September. So coming into the reading, coming into the month, we're looking at the Queen of Cups for you guys. So this is someone that's very warm, someone that's very devoted, someone that's very loving, very fair, very honest, very smart as well. This is someone that has a lot of interest as well in the arts and in being very reliable as well. So it's a lovely energy of being very warm, very caring, very loving, very devoted, very learned as well, very creative. This is an individual that's very passionate about things and has a lot of love to give and is really, really reliable as well. So I do love this energy for you coming into September. You're crossing obstacles and issues. We have another cup card, the King of Cups coming through. So this is all about responsibility as well, being very creative in that also. But this is the person that's very professional, very considerate. So we have the King and Queen here. So I'm feeling like you might have found your counterpart in some ways, someone very similar to you. Someone that's very maybe artistic as well. So finding your masculine and feminine in some ways. The crowning hanging above you in this reading, we have the Nine of Pentacles, but it is inverted. So I get the feeling that hanging above everything at the moment is a bit of a feeling of sort of roguery. We're worrying about things that are maybe a bit of a loss here in friendship, or feeling like you're really having to do a lot of things all on your own, feeling like people don't really understand.
You want to try his noodles, Mum? He's really good at him. I'm not joking.
No, I don't. Okay. So he's a Taurus, so you know what I mean. And he's slightly mental.
Bye.
Goodbye. So go away. And you may be having the feeling that you're losing a bit of a treasured possession here. Something that you really had banked on, something that you were really fulfilled with, maybe might be sort of coming in as a bit of a loss. The root of the reading, in some ways the reason this is all happening, is the Eight of Pentacles. This is really putting in a lot of hard work, a lot of effort here. Really trying to maintain that craftsmanship of just banging out a lot of monetary means. It's earth energy, so it's really been very grounded, very dedicated, I want to say as well. Been very repetitious though. Keep trying to make more, putting a lot of effort into it. The past energy is still prevalent, but it's sort of leaving you now. We have the Two of Wands. It is, however, inverted. I feel here there was some trouble or restraint here put on you. A little bit of a sense of a loss of faith in something that you may have had a lot of passion in, really had banked on. It's a bit of a sadness as well. I feel a bit of troubled energy here. Maybe you had to make a choice with something and it wasn't maybe a choice that you might have wanted to make. It was more of the right thing that you had to do rather than the thing that you may have wanted to do. Future energy coming in as we leave September now for Aquarius. Another Wands card. It's the Four of Wands, but it is inverted. So this is really telling me there's a bit of insecurity coming in as we leave September for Aquarius. Could be an unfulfilled romance or a bit of loss of like tranquility here. Really feeling as if there's an incomplete happiness coming through here. So because you've got two Wands cards in the past and the future energy, I feel like there was some sadness in the past and it's still reaping through into that future energy, that this sadness, this trouble has led to you feeling a little bit sort of not having everything that you wanted, or feeling as if something has left you with some insecurity here in something that you might have felt very like you needed. Advice from Spirit for the month of September is the sign of Sagittarius coming through now. It's a major arcana as well, so it's quite prevalent. And it's the Temperance card. This is all about moderation. It's all about frugality. It's all about balance and that as well as patience and, of course, temperance itself. So Spirit is really trying to tell you, Aquarius, through the month of September that we really need to be balanced here. We really need to be able to moderate and have moderation through things, maybe be a bit more frugal than what we have been before. Really needing to balance things out and maintain that sort of balance no matter whether you're on sort of an earth plane or more of water, because the angels always stepping on two different elements while pouring water. So it's really being very balanced, very centered. Excuse me. Outsiders looking in, this is their views, not necessarily what's going on. It's just their view of you and your situation from the outside looking in. And we have the Six of Pentacles reversed. So this is telling me that they're seeing someone that is not getting paid their dues. Someone that is sort of being not appreciated in the way of monetary means and or monetary gains. Feeling like maybe your counterparts are doing maybe the same job as you, for example, and you're not getting the same wage there. Feeling like you're being a bit robbed with monetary means here, just not getting paid your dues. It's not fair. So outsiders looking in are seeing someone that's probably worth more than what they're actually getting, especially with monetary. Hopes and or fears we've got coming in is the Ace of Cups. Oh, so this is a fresh new seed here. It's a fresh new beginning. Aces always are. When we're looking at the cup card, which is water energy, this is great abundance. This is really talking about fulfillment, perfection. It's talking about joy and fertility as well. It also refers to opulence, productivity, beauty, pleasure. It's overflowing. The aces always are with the beautiful flow of things. It's a fresh new seed, a fresh new beginning. So I'm feeling here that you're very hopeful here to have a new beginning in something that's going to bring in a lot of opulence, a lot of abundance, and you really want this to overflow. You may be having some anxiety though that this isn't possible, or that you don't have enough gumption to really bring it up off the ground. Now, the outcome as we come out of the reading for the first bit is the Magician, and it is reversed. So this is someone that's a little bit roguey and a bit deceitful. The Magician, when it's reversed, always reminds me of, that sleight of hand trick, so fast that it's pinching something away from you, or trying to be a bit deceitful in the way of, telling you a story and it's not quite legit. It's not quite right. So it's a bit of a crafty energy, I want to say. Someone that can manifest things, but not really doing it for the higher of good. It's more to deceive. It's more to take. It's more of a selfish kind of deceitful energy. Okay. So now we're going to clarify this so we can get sort of another level, get beneath it and see exactly why all this is going on. So let's clarify this reading now for the beautiful Aquariuses for September, please, Spirit, and find out why all this is actually going on. For Aquarius, can we please clarify this reading for Aquarius, September 2021? I can't believe my son asked me if I wanted noodles. I don't eat noodles on a good day. Typical Taurus. Beautiful Aquariuses. Let's clarify this reading for you now. So for you currently, we had that beautiful energy of the Queen of Cups, someone very loving and devoted. So can we clarify the Queen of Cups, please, Spirit? Oh, we have Judgment. Nice. The crossing obstacles issue, we have the King of Cups. Can you please clarify the energy of the King of Cups, please? Oh, Page of Pentacles reversed. Hanging above and crowning this reading, we have the Nine of Pentacles, and it is reversed. Why is the Nine of Pentacles reversed here, please? Queen of Pentacles, wow. The foundation, we had the Eight of Pentacles, so we can please clarify this Eight of Pentacles energy. Page of Wands. Past energy, we had the Two of Wands, and it was inverted. Can you please clarify the Two of Wands, please, inverted? The Nine of Cups reversed, okay. The future energy, we had the Four of Wands reversed. Why is this Four of Wands reversed, please, Spirit, and the future energy for Aquarius? Oh, the High Priestess reversed. That's interesting. The advice from Spirit for Aqua was the Temperance card. So let's find out, why is this Temperance card here for the advice from Spirit? That's because the Queen of Wands reversed. Outsiders looking in, we had the Six of Pentacles reversed. Why is the Six of Pentacles reversed here? Because the Five of Swords reversed. Okay. Hopes and fears, we have the Ace of Cups. Why is the Ace of Cups here, please? Because the Ace of Swords, but it is inverted. And the outcome, we had the Magician reversed. Why is the Magician reversed? Oh, I'll take that. Oh, okay, the King of Swords reversed. Now that's very interesting, because that's two very, very hardcore energies. King of Swords reversed is someone very cruel and sadistic. And when you match that with that deception, that's really speaking of some roguey stuff going on. The underlying energy, though, we have the Wheel of Fortune, and it is inverted. So this is saying that you're feeling like there's a lot of bad odds against you. You're not feeling like there's many chances coming in for you. Feeling like as much as you sort of want or hope, you feel like you're kind of getting snuffed out at every turning point. The wheel is just not turning in your favor here. If anything, you feel like it might actually be working against you. Like every time you try to get a leg up or try to bring something in, it's just not working out very good for you. So as much as you're trying to overcome some barriers and maybe some pressures that others have put on you, you just feel like no matter what, you're getting bogged down. No matter what, the wheel's just not turning in your favor. So let's have a look more closely at things now. So we had that Queen of Cups, and this was clarified by Judgment. Someone very warm, very caring, very devoted. I'm seeing here that some judgments have come in, and you're really atoning for these things. You're trying to look at the glass always half full, I feel, and you're really trying to accept things that maybe haven't worked that well, and you're trying to sort of tackle it with this warmth, glowing like energy. Like, okay, so if this is the situation I'm dealt, I'm going to smile through it. It's like the silver lining of the clouds, you know what I mean? Even through the hard times, we're going to smile. We're going to bring warmth. We're going to bring light to the shadow kind of thing. It is a really lovely energy as you come into September. It's not a bad thing at all. But I do sense that there's a lot of atonement here. There's a lot of acceptance here. And you're really pulling up the socks and sort of saying, yeah, okay, so if this is the way it is, I'm going to move forward with warmth and clarity. So that's really good. So across the obstacles issues, we had that King of Cups, which was the counterpart to the Queen, and we have the Page of Pentacle reverse. Okay, so the King of Cups is also, he's very creative, but he's also very warm. He's very honest, but he's very authoritative in his way of being very much caring, very much devoted, very much wanting to give as well in his own way some warmth and that as well. But he's much more grounded because his throne's always on a bank of water, but he sits so firm and stable, even though the water could be, choppy or a little bit of sort of tide coming. He's cemented on that throne. He is sitting firmly on top of the water. So wherever there is a choppiness, he's still very much grounded. When we're looking at that Page of Pentacle inverted, it's someone that can be a little bit unrealistic though. Bit of a failure to recognize things that are quite obvious, to see the obvious facts that's sort of right in front of them. Pages are usually much more adolescent energy, so it could be someone quite young who's trying to be very loving and devoted, but at the same time not really seeing things in front of them for what they really are. So especially because this is in your obstacles or issues, it's a real lack of understanding what's right there. You can be so warm, caring, and grounded, but you might be taken under or taken aside by things that are a little bit obvious to most, but you're getting caught up in. So crowning this reading, we did have that lovely, the roguey energy of the Nine of Pentacles reversed with the Queen of Pentacles. So when we're looking at these two energies, we're sort of seeing some roguery, maybe some bad faith, feeling like there could be a loss here of a valued friendship or a treasured possession. Clarified by that is the Queen of Pentacles. This is someone with a lot of prosperity and well-being. I always look at the Queen of Pentacles as a bit of a homemaker, someone that's really very secure with wanting to reflect opulence through the home, through perhaps her clothing, being well dressed, having the nice home, everything has a place and everything in its place kind of a situation. Someone that's a very generous individual though, someone that's very noble with a lot of dignity. They carry themselves well. They like to show off the finer things in life. So I'm seeing here that crowning all of this is you've gone maybe through some losses through people or possessions, but at the end of the day, you have a lot of dignity and you want to showcase that. You really want to, show off that you do have finer things, even though you may have lost a lot, that you still carry yourself well, even when there's been a bit of roguery around you. The root of the reading, we have the Eight of Pentacles with the Page of Wands. So that Eight of Pentacles is really head down, bum up sort of thing. Really maintaining that making of the money, whatever you do for a crust, really working very, very hard to maintain that level of work to make that pentacle. Why? because of the Page of Wands. And again, pages are more adolescent energy. They tend to be a little bit younger. And Wands being fire energy is someone that's quite passionate, but this is also someone that is very, very reliable. They're very warm, quite honest. This could refer to a stranger or someone, like I said, that's just younger in general. But they are very faithful, very loyal, very devoted, very reliable. They give quite solid advice as well. So this could be someone that's relating to you working very hard. So this could be, it could even be an adolescent, like your child or something. You're working very hard to give to them what you may not have had, for example, just an example. Past energy, it's leaving you now, but still prevalent. We have that 2 of Wands reversed with the 9 of Cups reversed. So the 2 of Wands reversed is very sad, troubled. It can be the fact that we're just looking at things with a bit of sadness, like, why has it sort of gone that way? Or feeling like there's been a bit of restraint put on you from others, feeling a little bit tight with being able to make decisions here as well. And maybe losing a little bit of passion as well because of it. It's sort of dumbing your shine, I want to say. And that's clarified by the 9 of Cups reversed. So, this is saying that there's been some mistakes or material losses here, you do feel. Perhaps some misplaced trust or some real sense of false freedom. Maybe because, like I just said, some restraint put on you by other people and just feeling like you're a bit boxed in. Like, if only I had a bit more control, I could bring things in more for myself. The future energy coming in is the 4 of Wands reversed with the High Priestess reversed. Oh, so that 4 of Wands reversed is really talking about, a lot of incomplete happiness here. It talks about a loss of tranquility, feeling a little bit insecure here, feeling a little tarnished. Why? Because the High Priestess reversed. This is someone that's not trusting themselves and not listening to their inner wisdom, maybe even keeping some secrets, not wanting to accept or express the truth of the matter, the fact that things aren't really going as well as what they had hoped or as much as maybe perceived from the outside. Sometimes, the house with the white picket fence looks lovely on the outside with, it's just an example, really lovely gardens. But inside, it's a mess. People are, really dysfunctional. There's dishes piling up everywhere. Just because it looks good on the outside doesn't mean it's necessarily really good on the inside. So I do feel here there is a real loss, a bit of insecurity, feeling a little unstable. And we might be keeping that a bit of a secret to ourselves. Like, we don't want people to know this. We don't want people to really know how hard it really has been for you as you're coming out of September. You're sort of like, if I just make it look good, smell good, people will think I'm good. But maybe inside you're really feeling a little bit broken, feeling a little bit insecure, feeling a little bit unstable, and just not wanting people to really know that. Maybe not trusting your inner wisdom as well. Just thinking, if I just, put on the dress, put on the hat, it's all good, put on a smile, people aren't going to know the truth. The advice from Spirit, we had Temperance, and this is backed with the Queen of Wands reversed. So this to me is really talking about, having balance, having temperance, having a lot of patience. Spirit is telling you, you're embodying these things. But there could be this sort of underlying energy with that Queen of Wands reversed, someone that isn't really being quite honest though, someone that is being a little bit, not deceitful, because that would be too strong of a word to really use, but someone that's being a little bit holding back, not, again, wanting to express it all, someone that's being a little untruthful, maybe even a little bit unfaithful. So Spirit's really saying, you may be embodying this temperate energy of really being very patient, very moderate, but are you being true to yourself? Is this really the way you're living, or is it just a bit of a perception you're trying to put out there, while in the inside or in your being, you really do feel like it's not quite so balanced, it's not quite so moderate, it's not quite that way. We're feeling, yeah, what we're perceiving and what we're feeling may not be one and the same. So the outside is looking in on you, not necessarily what's actually going on, but it's just their view of you and your situation. We had the Six of Pentacles reversed with the Five of Swords reversed. Okay, so this is saying that the outside is looking in at seeing someone that are not getting paid their dues, not getting their worth in monetary means, or payment through the material, through the accessible. Okay, now this is happening because of that Five of Swords reversed. So, you know, the Five of Swords is really a real sense of having an uncertain outlook in some ways. It's a little bit like a feeling of sort of misfortune as well. It does sort of have that sense of, what do I want to say, a bit of weakness as well. Because we're just not getting appreciated through monetary. So the outside is looking in and seeing someone that's not getting paid their dues, someone that's worth a lot more than what they're getting. And this is because maybe they're coming across as a bit weak, maybe a bit, I almost want to say a little bit timid. Like when you're a bit sort of introverted, people can sometimes sort of staunch you, sort of take you over. These extroverts are so out there that you sort of internalize and like, oh, I don't really want to, like, you know, I don't have that strength to overspeak them or speak my mind, feeling a little bit pulled back. So I do see the outsiders looking in and seeing that you might not be getting paid your dues because you're a little bit timid or a little bit held back, a little bit weak there in wanting to sort of bring out that need of, no, I'm worth more than that. I'm not going to take that. You're sort of like, oh, if I say that, I could lose even more than what I'm already losing. So sort of not having the gumption there. So your hopes and fears. Now this is interesting because we've got two aces here. We have the Ace of Cups upright, and this is clarified by the Ace of Swords reverse. Ooh. So that Ace of Cups, this is a lovely energy because this speaks to me about, you know, abundance, overflowing here. A lot of, you know, warmth here in some ways as well. I do feel that there's a real possibility of this fresh new seed coming in, of real abundance, opulence, you know, just overflowing. You know, you really want this. This will definitely be your hope, you know, to have it overflowing and to be really rich here. But your fear, I feel, is more of that Ace of Swords, you know, because this is really speaking about, you know, it can be a bit of an uncertain outlook as well, feeling a little bit clouded, because, you know, you do have the fear of sort of disaster or self-destruction. Like you could be your own worst enemy. Like you want for all these beautiful things, but you sort of feel like, oh, I'm lacking in the force. I'm lacking in the direction, perhaps. Maybe even feeling like there's just another obstacle as well, sort of hanging in the background. Like I'm so close to obtaining this beautiful seed of abundance, but there's just one more thing I've got to do, and it feels like it might be a little bit out of reach. Believe in yourself is what I would say. Sometimes we can be our own worst fear, and sword energy is all in the intellect, in the mental as well. It's air energy. So I feel like you might be your own worst enemy. By doubting yourself, you are bringing in that fear. You know, if you just go with it, trust yourself, I feel like you're going to have a good outcome here. Okay, guys? So just, you know, sometimes belief is so strong that it can really overcome some of the darkness or some of this uncertainty in life. Now the outcome. Oh, this outcome is a bit of a kicker. The Magician reversed and the King of Swords reversed. So the Magician, when it's reversed, is someone that's quite deceitful. They're really a bit of a trickster. They, you know, look at me over here. Why, you know, take from here. They're very selfish. They want things and they're not willing to do it the right way. Instead of manifesting a creation and bringing it in themselves, they'll rather just be a bit deceitful or deceiving and sort of bring in that sensation of taking rather than earning is what I really want to say with that one. Now, when we go to the King of Swords reverse, oh God, I don't like the King of Swords reverse energy because he's someone that's quite cruel. I want to even say a little bit sadistic. He is an individual that is very, he will pursue something to ruin. He wants to be a bit cruel, brings in conflict. He brings in a real energy of like, if I don't get it my way and you don't agree with me, I'll take you out. I will ruin you. I will deceive you. I will be so crafty that you won't know whether you're Arthur or Martha. I'm just going to really make your life a little bit hellish. So Aquarius, my biggest advice here to you would be, if this is a reflection of you, or whether, as you're coming out of September, this might be an energy that you're dealing with as well. Take it how it resonates, sort of thing. But there is definitely with these two cards together, real deceitful, real cruel energy of, if I can't have it, like, if I can't be happy, you sure as heck won't. It's that real, no. If I am not in the right place, then everything will suffer. Everything will be laid to waste, kind of thing. So my best advice would be to really take a step back. We all go through hard times. We all go through periods of distastefulness. But don't take that and then try to ruin those around you, or try to ruin things in general. Don't be cruel. Don't be sadistic. Don't be nasty. Basically, don't be nasty. You know what I mean? We all have bad days. So just try to put it in perspective of, let's not deceive people. Let's not be deceitful. Okay, guys? So now we'll get to some additional messages for the month of September, just to round it out and to see what extras we can sort of pull in for you guys. So I've got a few other little decks here that we'll just have a little sneaky peek at. So these are sort of inspirational messages. Okay, so we'll see what we've got for Aquarius for the month of September. Any additional extras we can get for the beautiful Aquariuses out there for the month. But on the whole, I think, guys, you've got a beautiful reading, but definitely be aware of that outcome. That is a bit of a kicker, because them two energies, when you put them together, it's really some nastiness. Okay, guys? All right. Something bigger is on the way for Aquarius for September, and it reads, allow your vision to expand and be open to the form it takes. You may discover that you are dreaming too small, or that what seems like an obstacle is actually pointing you in a better direction. The universe always has your back. Now, this, I think, it really does set a tone to what I've been saying. We do have obstacles, but it's about your perception. You can look at it like, oh, okay, obstacles, that's like glass half empty. Oh, this is no good for me. Or you can see it as an opportunity to say, okay, but the glass is still half full. See what I mean? It's all about the way you look at it, guys. So if you want positivity, bring in the positivity. Think of it in a positive way. You will serve yourself so much better for it, rather than bumming yourself out going, oh, well, obstacle, I don't want to deal with that. We learn the most when we're put through our paces, and we grow from that. It makes us stronger. It makes us better beings. So try not to get too bogged down with the obstacles and let it drown you out. Just pull up the socks and go, you know what, I'm going to take this as an opportunity instead of taking it as just lay down and bow out, basically. So this is the Wiccan Oracle. It has some really tripped out messages in it. So let's see what it's got to say for Aquarius for September's month of 2021. Ooh. Okay, so we have the moon cycles. So yeah, again, this is talking about everything that goes in its cycle, like the moon. We have the cycles of the moon, and we have cycles in life. Sometimes it might be a quarter, it might be a half, it might be a full, or it might be like an eclipse, something, really beautiful and magnificent. But no matter what, we all go through cycles in life. We all go through, changes, turning points, just like the moon does go through its cycles. So I'm seeing here, you are going through a bit of a cycle of change, starting off in one position, going through to end up in another. Through this, there's going to be a lot of growth for you, a lot of illumination, I want to say as well, because, who doesn't get quite inspired when you look up at the moon and it's beautiful illumination? It is quite spectacular. Maybe even just take some time to actually go and look at the moon itself. Even if it's just for a minute, just go and look up at the sky when you can see the moon if it's not cloudy, and just be in awe of its illumination and of its facets, of its phases as it changes. Because, you know, it's the simple things in life I think sometimes we take for granted. And I think it's just a bit of a reminder that, you know, like the old saying, stop and smell the roses, maybe just stop and actually take a little bit of a moment to be impressed by the moon and the fact it does always go through its cycles, as so will you. So you're going through a bit of a cycle system here in September, I feel. And I think once what you started with at the beginning of September and as you come out of the end of September is not going to be one and the same. It's going to be a bit of a completion here. Just being mindful of how you started and how you want to end it, guys, because of that outcome, like I said before. Okay. Now, the final piece to this puzzle for my beautiful Aquariuses for September is the spirit animal. So this is a good piece. I love this. And this deck is quite lovely. So this will guide and assist you, okay? Which animal can help Aquarius for the month of September 2021 that can guide and assist them through this month. For our lovely and most beautiful Aquariuses. Okay. Ooh, okay. So we have the tortoise, and it reads, "You're too fragmented, so do whatever it takes to get grounded." So I'm going to read the full book meaning to you because I do find these messages are actually quite lovely, and they do have some real hidden messages in here that I think that you might actually find beneficial. So let's find our beautiful tortoise wherever he's living in this deck of book. I hope you're doing really, really well, Jean, and thank you so very, very much, my dear sweet darling, for joining me this evening. There's so many of these in here, actually. I would love to actually look at this one day and actually see how many of these animals are actually in here. There we go. The beautiful tortoise. Okay, so this little puppy reads as such. "When you're feeling pressure from any number of fronts, pulling this way and that by the demands of modern life, it's very easy to succumb to a false sense of urgency. Feel out of balance and fragmented, and be in a state of constant tension. You can become forgetful and have difficulty sleeping. You may even attempt to stabilize and center yourself by resorting to the use of addictive substances or activities, hoping that they will help you feel more at home in your own skin. Meanwhile, your mind rushes ahead from one thing to the next, while your body tries to play catch up. The technological web consisting of computers, the internet, cell phones, faxes, and television, plus the noise all around, creates a constant assault on the senses. Exhausting, isn't it? First, recognize that most things that you treat as emergencies or cries are merely inconveniences. Then slow down. Move a little bit slower than you're accustomed to, and practice breathing slower and deeper at every opportunity you get. This in itself helps you align with your internal rhythms rather than being in a state of conscious reactivity to outside forces. Spend time in nature and take off your shoes and socks. Putting your bare feet on the ground allows you to truly experience your solid connection to the earth. When you do, notice the difference in how you feel and see in your mind isn't at least a little bit calmer. It may be challenging times to do any of this, but it can be done. It just takes your clear intention and willingness. So again, like the simple things in life, like looking at the moon, like I said, to appreciate its cycles, sometimes we can get a little bit fragmented and bogged down by all of this assault to the senses, all of this technology, all of the noise, all of the hustle and bustle. Even country life nowadays isn't as easy as what it used to be, especially with all the things that we are facing globally. So maybe just get back to the root of simplicity. Take your shoes off, get yourself earthed into the ground, and just breathe. Just breathe and just relax. Because whatever may seem like so urgent that you need to attend to right now, maybe just a mental facet. In reality, it may not be as urgent as what you think it is. Okay, guys? So keep it in mind, all right? I hope you have a wonderful September, honestly, Aquariuses, and thank you so much for joining me. And Jean, so good to see you, my darling. Look after yourself, and hopefully I'll catch up with you again soon. Light and love to all. Thank you so much for joining me on Red Skis Righteous Readings, Raw and Righteous. Bye, all.